Right now on your Fast Track to 7, take a look at this video from the Minnesota DNR. They're reminding everyone of unsafe ice conditions. Despite our recent cooler temperatures, they say 4 people have died after falling through ice on Minnesota waters this winter. And even if you do make it out on the ice safely, it could cost you in other ways.
Someone fails to remove their vehicle within the time frame, at that point, the county is going to remove the vehicle and they can charge up to 5 times that total cost of removal.
Officials say you have 30 days to remove your car if it goes into a lake, and it can run you several $1,000s. Because of our warm, dry winter, the Minnesota DNR also warning of an increased risk of wildfires. You're looking at video of a wildfire burning right alongside I-94 in Rothsay yesterday. Just this week, officials say they responded to more than 50 fires, burning more than 500 acres. Still, officials say 90% of wildfires are caused by people, and there are steps we can take to prevent it.
Make sure you're clearing around the fire ring 5 feet around from any flammable materials. And that campfire should be small. It should be 3 feet high by 3 feet in diameter or smaller. And it should never be left unattended. We want people to be paying attention.
Before you leave that fire, you should also make sure it is out cold. And if something does go wrong, call 911 right away. Somber video out of Independence, Missouri, as law enforcement escorted the body of a fallen officer from the hospital. Independence police officer Cody Allen and Jackson County Court employee Drexel Mack were shot and killed while serving an eviction notice. 2 other responding officers were also shot, but are expected to make a full recovery. Meanwhile, authorities say the gunman was also taken to the hospital with minor injuries.
We are devastated for the loss that we as a court have suffered. We are so grateful for Independence police officers being there as quickly as they could be and providing the services that they can provide.
This shooting comes just 2 weeks after gunfire rang out at the Kansas City Chiefs Parade, only 20 minutes away from Independence. The Missouri State Highway Patrol is leading an investigation. Yesterday, Texas got a double dose of attention from 2 2024 presidential frontrunners, with the border and immigration crisis emerging as a top campaign issue. President Biden used his visit to call on Republicans in Congress to pass a bipartisan border bill. Meanwhile, 300 miles away, former President Donald Trump slammed Biden's border policies and focused on crime. The visits come as early as voting in Texas wraps up today ahead of next week's Super Tuesday primary contest. Naomi Ruckham has more from New York.
We need to act.
President Biden and former President Trump dishing out blame in dueling visits to the border Thursday.
This is a Joe Biden invasion.
It's time for the speakers and some of my Republican friends in Congress to show a little spine.
The president took a tour with Border Patrol agents in Brownsville, Texas, where he also made this personal plea to his predecessor after accusing him of tanking a bipartisan border bill.
Join me, or I'll join you, in telling the Congress to pass this bipartisan border security bill. We can do it together.
A few hundred miles away in Eagle Pass, Trump was joined by Texas Governor Greg Abbott as he bashed Biden for rolling back his border policies.
We had remain in Mexico. Remember that? You can't come into our country. We had no more catch and release.
Sources have previously told CBS News President Biden is considering executive action that would severely restrict access to the U.S. asylum system after U.S. Border Patrol reported a record 2.4 million migrant crossings last year.
It's a very big issue. We need to fix our immigration system.
A big issue that's top of mind in the Lone Star State as voters there head to the primary polls this Super Tuesday. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Also yesterday, a federal judge in Austin blocked a Texas state law that would allow state and local law enforcement to arrest, jail, and prosecute migrants who illegally cross the border. Governor Greg Abbott says the state will appeal that decision. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum is reflecting on his presidential run. He says above all else, it was an honor to represent our state, and he hopes the nation was able to see the strength of our economy, the beauty of our land, and what we're able to do in energy, agriculture, as well as technology.
We met so many people, and a lot of them felt like people from North Dakota, because small towns in Iowa, small towns in rural New Hampshire were people that just care deeply about the future of this country and are very, very engaged. They're not just, watching a TV show at night and posting something online. These are people, I met people that had met every presidential candidate in both parties, every primary candidate for the past 30 years.
Burgum says in a normal year, they would have made it to Iowa as well as New Hampshire. A math teacher at Red River High School in Grand Forks has resigned from his position after staff members noticed he was drunk in class. Court documents say Brent Lloyd blew a .137 and said he had been drinking the night before, which was the night of the Super Bowl. Police drove him home, and the HR director noted this was not his first violation of the district's drug and alcohol policy. Still, he was not arrested or charged. A petition for disciplinary action seeking disbarment of Anders Odegaard was filed yesterday in the Minnesota Supreme Court. In January, Odegaard was sentenced to 18 years in prison for his ex-wife's death. Under Minnesota law, he could be released after about 11. The Minnesota Supreme Court will make that final decision on the petition. He could be disbarred, reprimanded, or the petition could just be dismissed altogether. Switching gears, let's take a jump outside. Look at that beautiful sunrise with Summer Schnellbach for a look at our forecast. Good morning, Summer.
Hello, good morning. Happy Friday, happy March, happy first day of meteorological spring, and happy birthday, meteorologist Lisa Green, if you happen to be up, if you're not sleeping in on your birthday. Not too spring-like perhaps heading into the weekend. In some areas, we are tracking a chance for some wintry impacts, areas of some rain, areas of some wintry mix and ice, areas of snow Saturday through Monday. First, taking a look at temperatures right now, 19 in Roseau, 24 Grand Forks, and in Devil's Lake. We've got a warm pocket of air here in the Southern Valley. We're at 37 in Fargo, 34 Fergus Falls, 30 in Wadena and Detroit Lakes. This afternoon, expecting some beautiful warming again in Fargo, approaching the 50-degree mark, mostly sunny. A little bit breezy, chillier in other parts of the valley, especially north and where we've got more snowpack on the ground from the snow that we saw on Tuesday. Temperatures generally, again, 40s and 50s, low 60s to the south. Quick look at this weekend. A couple waves moving through, bringing us a few more chances for some wintry weather. We've got eyes on it. We'll keep you posted all weekend long on your Valley News Live weather app as well. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, temperatures not looking too terrible, just a little cooler.
Yeah, just a little cooler, but nothing compared to the Tuesday and Wednesday we had earlier this week.
Absolutely not.
Let's keep it that way.
Okay.
Thank you, Summer. Last night, the 59th annual Red River Valley Sportsman Show opened up at the Fargo Dome. Whether it's a boat or bobber, camper or cooler, North Dakota's largest sports show will have all of your fishing, camping, and vacation needs. That's where we find the Valley Today's Tatum Miller live at the Fargo Dome, giving us a sneak peek of what's to come the rest of the weekend. Good morning, Tatum. Who do you have with you?
Good morning, guys. I actually have two special guests. We have Duchess and we have Bwana Jim.
Hey, how are you doing?
And Bwana Jim, how long have you been handling animals for?
I've been over 40 years doing this crazy stuff.
That is amazing. So when you're finished looking at all the RVs and boats downstairs, you can come up here and check out his show. So who do we have behind us?
This is Duchess, is a red-tailed hawk. And unfortunately for her, she got her wings shot off by some thoughtless person. And we got her 21 years ago. And we've had her for 21 years. And she's a sweet bird, I'll tell you. It's illegal to shoot these birdies. And whoever did it could have gone to jail for that. But anyway, she lives with me now and gets room service.
Well, I'm sure she loves that. And we have one other special friend, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yes, let's do it.
There you go, Dutch.
Cooling me off a little bit.
To the magic box.
Absolutely. And how long have you had this guy with you?
You've had this guy? Feels like a suitcase, tastes like chicken. Right? Okay. All right, remember how to get him.
Yes, absolutely. Right. And who do we have here?
You're a regular alligator handler.
I feel like it. What's his name?
This is Freddie.
Freddie?
And he's about 3.5 years old. He's an old Florida alligator. And we've had him for a long time there. He was actually somebody's pet. As people buy these things in Pennsylvania, you can buy an alligator at a pet shop. Well, they get 14 feet long, so that ain't good.
Oh my goodness. And will the kids be able to hold these this weekend?
We do. Kids will be able. We put tape on his mouth.
Oh.
I tell them we'll put tape on the mouth, but if you don't like the kid, we'll leave the tape off.
Oh. Well, thankfully he hasn't tried to bite me yet, right?
No, you're holding him in the proper way.
Perfect. And what times will you be here today and tomorrow?
We will be here. It opens at noon, closes at 9. I have 3 shows today. First one will be at 3 o'clock, and there's another one I think about 7 o'clock. And right in that neighborhood. There'll be 3 shows.
All right, awesome. Well, me and Frank say you should come on out here. Again, there are shows today, tomorrow, and then also the Sportsman Show is running on Sunday. I'll check back in with you guys one more time a little bit later. I'm Tatum Miller for Valley News Live.
Our fearless Gator Queen. Thank you, Tatum. So cool. The Sportsman Show will continue to run today from noon to 9 p.m., Saturday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and then Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Well, if you feel like you don't want to stop believing, tickets are still available if you hope to see legendary rock bands Journey and Toto live in concert at the Alara Center in Grand Forks tomorrow. And the Grand Forks Police Department giving a heads up on their Facebook page on how traffic will flow leading up to the big event. They say there will be traffic impacts for the concert on South 42nd Street, starting up at 4:30 p.m. with a pause during the concert, which starts up at 7, saying also to please be mindful of the officers guiding drivers along the way. Well, the Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up right now on the Fargo CW. If you don't tune in, we'll see you back here on Monday.